Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ball Ridden Podcast. Today is December 30th. Another new episode here to wrap up 2025. As always, I'm Frank Sharoni. The man in the other chair is my dad today. Dad, hello.
Hello, Frank. How you doing? Sounds like you're ready for the new year.
I'm doing well.
Pushing it into January already.
Yeah, it's December 30th when this will be out.
Yeah.
But yeah, new year right around the corner, which means College Football Playoff Quarterfinal, NFL playoffs coming up. That's what we're going to focus on today. And I guess let's just get right into it. We'll start with the NFL, with our fandom, with what was an ugly loss the other day. Steelers lose 10-6 to the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders leads the Browns to a win. I don't know how much he did. He played well at the beginning, but other than that, it was just a bunch of nothing in that whole game. Typical Steelers loss right when you get your hopes up. They let you down. Now it takes Pittsburgh to a win in scenario Week 18, Sunday night against the Ravens for the AFC North. I guess your any opening initial thoughts from the Browns game?
Man, I tell you, I had an idea that this was going to happen this way, and then
it always does.
You say that, but and you're kind of right, because there's something about this time of year. It's just change is happening. You've heard me talk about that often. You're in that stadium up there. There's an aura about that too. This is one of those rival games. Okay, and sometimes at this point in the year, late in the season, when all this change is happening, just one of these days, all these stars are in alignment and everything is just jiving. You know what I mean? I mean, look how that game went.
But in the past, it's not just become this stars align thing. It's become commonality for the Steelers.
No, I know, but we weren't saying that the last 3 weeks. They were playing really well just after
That's
the
how
week.
it always goes, though. They play well, and then they do this.
You got this game right here. But look, they did not play a bad game. Cleveland, look, I'm gonna ride your horse here. The way you talked about the Buckeyes this year, Cleveland played a great game. They played pretty much. They played a clean game. Pretty flawless. They did everything they needed to do to win that game that way.
Yeah. That was
they looked like a great team for 1 week this year.
For a quarter. The defense has been great all year, and the defense was phenomenal.
Shit was going their way. Everything was falling. You know what I mean? The dice were rolling their way. You could feel it in the beginning, but then when it carries over to the second and third quarter, and then you look at some of the stats, like from the ESPN, like who has the best prediction to win. Like they didn't even have a heavy chance of winning till like late third quarter and most of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So they just rolled, but they played clean enough. You look at the stats, they're pretty even. Pittsburgh wins on most of the different areas, but they're pretty damn even and consistent. And I think the one stat that surprised me that they beat us in was the third downs. They got a lot more third downs than we did, and that probably helped them out a lot.
One thing that a lot of people were focused on was the whole Myles Garrett sack record thing, and saying that the Steelers were more worried about that, which I understand.
And I do too.
But at the same time, when you're preparing for the Browns, I think priority 1, 2, and 3 is to contain Myles Garrett anyway, right?
For sure. He is the man.
Yeah, like they might have taken it to an extreme sometimes where they were like, hey, we cannot let him get a sack because of this record. But at the same time, any team that's getting ready to play the Browns, he's top of your priority list, right?
And, I think that's phenomenal. I thought he was just a bunch of hype till I really started following him this year. And he's really good on a really bad team.
He needs to get out of there.
But like he said it yesterday. He had a funny look on his face when he was describing it. They tried to stay away from him. They planned to not let him become an important entity in the sack. So
yeah. One stat that's been going around to kind of solidify or prove my point that this has become a yearly thing or a common thing. Some may say part of Tomlin's standard. I love Mike Tomlin. I think he gets too much shit, but at some point, 9-8 and these type of losses get a little tiresome, right? So the Steelers are winless, 0-4-1 in their past 5 games versus teams that are 8 or more games below 500. Do you understand like the 8?
I do, but look at all
That's
these
like
stats
bad
we're pulling
These
out.
are bad
Come
bad
on.
teams though. They have lost to the 2-10-1 Bengals, the 0-8 Lions.
We were
that is the longest. This ties the longest such streak in NFL history.
Listen, the times have changed. We were talking about this the other night when they were looking at the coach of the year for this year. If you're a seasoned veteran, you're outmanned. You've got points against you. It's the new guys, the guys that have been with the team a short period of time. It's those come and go guys right now that are hot and that everybody loves. All we're looking at is this week. Okay, look at his overall. And honestly, I don't think, and I hope he doesn't care. But
I don't think he does.
Everybody's just looking at like this week right now. But I'm telling you, I said it in the beginning of that game. Shador, he was dropping dimes in there. They were playing flawless. They played really well, and they were jiving, and they needed that. They haven't done that all year. And look, I love all the trash talking they were doing. Like, they got Aaron Rodgers pissed off there at the end of the game.
That's funny whenever
But they were feeling themselves for the first time this year. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I always say it. I'm not a hater to anybody else. They deserve to win that game.
Yeah.
But I don't think we played terrible.
No. But you're right. I feel like I try to stay pretty even keeled when it comes to the Steelers.
Yeah.
I never really thought they were that great, but the Steelers fan base as a whole is so week by week.
It is. I know.
And they go extreme one way and extreme the other way.
I understand, and that's today's way, but I'm telling you, the Steelers did not play bad enough to get bashed this much. We're just bashing them because of today's trends. And today's trends, it's the old coaches, the coaches that have been there, the seasoned veterans. They're the ones that don't, you know. So it's all just a week to week, short term type of deal.
The worst part is though
the common topic of subject nowadays.
They had the chance though to, you know, clinch the playoff spot against a 2-win team.
I understand.
And you can't do that, and now you got to set yourself up for a must-win scenario.
That's where I always ask about the bookies weekend, you know, because they were saying how, like, the NFL needed the Steelers to lose to make this next week.
Interesting.
Because look what we're thinking about for next week, too. We got a lot of conversation for that.
Mm-hmm.
This backup quarterback for the Ravens played phenomenal.
I think you're thinking of the Packers guy.
No, I thought the Ravens backup did well.
He didn't do much. Henry ran for like 300 yards.
Well,
he did. I mean, he didn't. He
opened it up for Henry a little bit too because he was doing well. He threw a few nice passes, and then the handoffs
he was fine.
And Henry's always going to get.
But yeah, Henry had 36 carries for 216 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was.
The Packers quarterback was incredible.
Yeah, he did play well.
Yes.
Okay.
That's who I thought you were thinking of.
Nah.
Huntley, the Ravens, was 16 for 20, 107 yards and a touchdown. He didn't hurt him, though, but it was a lot of just turning around and handing it to the defensive lineman that they have in the backfield.
Just having what's the starting quarterback for the Ravens' name?
Lamar.
So Lamar being out, I don't really know who the backup was, so I wasn't looking forward to anything, you know, even decent out of him. So I thought he filled in nicely and allowed things, you know, they had to pay attention to him enough to get it wide open for Henry because all he needs is a little crack and he's pushing people. He's face pushing and chest pushing people, and it's starting to get dominating, you know.
With that said, who do you like Sunday night, Steelers or Ravens? Game is in Pittsburgh. Steelers beat the Ravens earlier in the year, so I was looking into how many times they've beat them twice. I think they did it in both times in the regular season. They did it 2 years ago, but I think the second time the Ravens were resting. They did it in 2017 and 2021, I think, as well. So it happened a lot more than I thought. But got to beat them twice to get in the playoffs. Spread is Steelers plus 3.5 at home.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was going to say it's probably pretty close. So I'm going to go overtime Steelers.
The games are always close, too.
Yeah.
My biggest question is, which I don't know the answer to. I probably should have looked up before, but what happens if there's a tie?
I was going to say tie, but then I thought that would be silly.
I don't know who would go.
I know, right?
Let's see if
How
I
do
can
you end
find
in a
it.
tie? That period ends?
When overtime ends in regular season tie.
Yeah, so what would be the next rule? They would look towards something previous this year, correct? Or would they look at the previous matchup between those two or their total records or
Oh,
something
well,
like
yeah,
that?
it'd probably be Steelers because they won the other one,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was wondering.
The winner
I wasn't
advances
sure if
in
they
the
needed that they would allow it to end in a tie, but they would.
regular season, yeah.
It still can.
Yeah. All right. That's
Yeah, there
enough
has to be a
Steelers
second.
talk.
Yeah.
Week 18's got that game, and then outside of that, there's one other game for the NFC South Championship. Other than that, all the other playoff teams are already set. Do you
They're bringing
remember?
back all these old guys? Rivers came back. Bring back Blyer. We need Rocky Blyer back. See, I should have worn my jersey this weekend. Every time I
Yeah,
wear
it's
it, we
your fault.
lose.
Your fault.
And then I didn't wear it.
Your fault.
And I thought when they started playing good in that first quarter, I thought I should go put the jersey on. But then I was like, I always just
Mess it
regret
up.
my decision every time I put it on.
All right, next
All right, let's roll.
topic: College Football Playoff Quarterfinal.
Drama.
4 incredible matchups.
Yes.
As much as people like to complain about how messed up the playoff was this year with some teams getting in and not, we have 8 very good teams, 4 very good matchups, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. We'll go through game by game, I guess, and just give our picks. Quick preview, maybe. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll start. We'll go chronologically.
Okay.
Chronological order. First game, the Cotton Bowl between Ohio State and Miami. Cotton Bowl, obviously, in Dallas at Jerry World. Ohio State is currently 9.5-point favorites. Over-under is 41.5. When you look at these two teams, in my opinion, Ohio State is head and shoulders better in just about every category except Miami's D-line versus Ohio State's O-line. I think Indiana kind of exposed Ohio State's O-line a little bit, although all year the run game really hasn't been that strong. So if you're an Ohio State fan, that would be the only worry, I think. I don't think it is big enough of a worry to actually make this a game. I think I could see it being close early, but I like Ohio State to win easily.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Buckeyes O-line, most of those guys are Ohio boys, correct?
Yeah.
I wonder how they are in size compared to some of these other offensive lines, like from the SEC, which they have more Southern boys, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I think the Ohio linemen, I was actually surprised that most of the Buckeyes line was from Ohio and that they were doing this well this year, because I thought maybe the Ohio boys were a little bit smaller up front on the O-line, a little bit less aggressive.
Coming out of high school, maybe, but once you get in a D1 program like that, they just beef you up.
So maybe it was just a game where they got competition, and it just
Indiana's also phenomenal defensive
and then there's different adjustments. Are they a phenomenal?
Yeah,
okay.
but Miami has like 2 of the best,
Yeah.
mainly pass rushers in Ruben Bain and I forget the other guy's name, but their 2 DNs are insane.
With your classic term, heads and shoulders above the rest, I think Ohio State is on paper, but there's something about, like, I'm going to go back to what we were talking about with the Steelers, like this time of year right now, okay, the things going on. It's something about Miami when they get to this point and they get into these big-time bowl games like this, and they're in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, you know what I'm saying?
But you're going back to your
But I think right now they're bringing that back.
Miami.
Look
back
at our
in your
boy,
day,
isn't Irvin on the sideline?
He is number one.
He's jiving it up, man, and bringing back that fever from back then. I think they're going to just start, like, just breaking out, man, and it's going to be a phenomenal showcase by them.
I mean, couple weeks into the season, it's crazy to think about this Miami team, because early in the season,
but look now,
we thought they were like this team that was.
Everything has been like that right now. Everything's been, tides have turned, tables have flipped.
If they can get back to playing how they did earlier, this could be a game. But
I think Miami's just going to start like the Browns did this weekend. They're just going to have a flawless game and just be. You know how when it snowballs with them too, man, and everything, the fever starts spreading, man, and everybody starts jiving.
Yeah.
Hey, they were the inventors of the turnover chain, weren't they? They're going to start bringing out all that shit, man. Watch.
I'll be interested to see what how many fans Miami gets in that crowd, though.
Yeah.
Probably not
Well,
many.
you know Ohio State travels
Yeah,
well.
Ohio
Them guys,
State
they've
will
been down there
probably fill
since
that
last
place
week
up.
probably. But, you know, the Buckeyes just took off yesterday to go down there. Left here just in time when the cold weather hit too. But
So you like Miami?
yeah, I'm going with
Outright?
Miami. Yeah, outright.
All
Because
right.
even though they're underdogs, I'm swinging with them this year.
Miami outright. All right, next game, Orange Bowl. This is probably my favorite matchup of the weekend. Texas Tech versus Oregon.
It's the Mustache Gang, huh?
Pick'em. Well, Oregon's -2.5 now. We'll just play it as a pick'em. It's been around a pick'em the whole time.
Isn't this the Mustache Crew? That's what we
Texas
do.
Tech's defense,
Yes,
yeah, Jacob
I
Rodriguez.
can't. I miss those guys, man. I can't wait to see these guys perform.
That's one thing with these games you got to remind yourself is to not fall in love with the teams you just saw play like last week, because the teams at the bye haven't played in forever. You kind of maybe forget.
Yeah.
You see Ole Miss and Oregon go out and dominate, and you kind of fall in love with them a little bit, right?
Yeah, okay.
That's how I think. But also last year, all the teams with a bye lost, but it was different because the 4 byes were 4 conference championships, whatever. It's different this year, but I just always try to remember, don't fall in love just because you haven't. Don't forget about a team just because they haven't played in so long.
Right.
But yeah, Texas Tech had the bye. Oregon beat James Madison. This is the Orange Bowl. It's in Miami, so both teams traveling a little bit. But you said it, the Mustache Crew, Jacob Rodriguez and that Texas Tech defense. I think they are very good. I think they are the reason that this team is an actual national championship contender in my mind. I hate that this one is a quarterfinal matchup. I think the winner of this game goes to the national championship.
Yeah, and remind me the coach's name.
Joey McGuire.
Joey McGuire.
Yeah,
I really
Texas Tech head
liked
coach.
what I learned about him that week of their last their game, and then the way I saw the Mustache Crew perform. I'm gonna tell you what, and if I'm not mistaken, they're all really older too. They're like
experienced group, a lot of transfers they brought.
Like
brought in a bunch of guys.
I'm starting to feel that nowadays, man. You got these 18, 19-year-olders, fresh out, they're freshmen, sophomore. But you got these 6-year guys that are 25 years old. Those guys handled themselves like men. Now, I don't know what they've been doing for the last 10, 11 days, you know what I'm saying? But I like what Coach McGuire has got going there. And if these guys are mature enough, like I'm saying, they should be able to handle the time off, and they should come out and just continue what they started.
I agree. You're taking Texas Tech?
Sir.
I'll agree with you there. I hate picking against Oregon because I really do. I love the storyline with them after they got boat raced in the first game last year's playoff. I think it's a team that's really flown under the radar this year. Dante Moore, their quarterback's one of the best in college football probably, but I love this Tech team in the defense.
I feel like you with Oregon too, but my whole perspective and point of view has changed at the end of this season compared to the beginning of the season. The beginning of this season this year feels like last year. It feels like a year ago.
Forever ago.
Yeah.
That Oregon-Penn State game feels like
an
eternity ago.
Hey, I think Oregon should go from Nike uniforms to like Reeboks or something.
That will never happen.
Fila.
All right, that one's at noon.
Hustle gang.
We're both on Texas Tech. Should be an incredible game, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, right?
Next one, the Rose Bowl, Alabama and Indiana.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but is that Texas Tech game? Is it the first game on Saturday at noon?
Yes.
So are we going in order then? Right? Oh, you
Yes,
did. You said we're going in
chronological
chronological order. Sorry.
This one is around 4 o'clock kickoff probably in the Rose Bowl out in Pasadena.
Who's this, Indiana, Alabama?
Alabama versus Indiana.
Okay.
Alabama obviously coming off the win against Oklahoma. This is kind of the spot where I say don't fall in love with the team too much, right?
Right.
We just saw Alabama overcome a huge deficit and kind of roll Oklahoma outside of the first quarter.
Right.
Don't forget about how good Indiana is, though.
I'm not. I'm telling you what. I'm still swinging on Signetti.
Spread's 7.5.
My boy Nando. I'm telling you what.
Mendoza?
Yes, Heisman Mendoza. These guys are good. Talk about consistency. And look at the positive stuff going on there right now. It's what we need in the world today.
Mm-hmm. And if there's a guy that I trust to handle a long break like this, I think it's Signetti.
Yes.
I think he knows what he's doing. I think Indiana rolls.
Yeah, and I don't know what connection he got with these young men, but they're totally believing in humbleism, selflessness. They know that no matter how good they play or lucky it seems that the games work out, that they're still like, we still got to watch the film and clean stuff up. We still got stuff to work on. They've got a great stoic, if I may, working mentality. So I just think that's thriving right now. And you don't see that much today, and it's coming on right at the right time too. So, but hell, they've been consistent all year, man. Shit. I'm swinging on them still.
You like them to win by more than 7 points?
Yes.
All right, I do too. Imagine you show this to a casual college football fan though that hasn't like they see these brand names and it's what the hell is going on?
A casual one would not be upper echelon though. Huh? They would not. They would not understand.
What does that mean?
That's your term, upper echelon.
Okay.
Like your heads and shoulders above the rest?
I don't know. I didn't know I said that.
Yeah, you do that
upper
one a
echelon.
lot. Yeah.
These are two upper echelon teams in college football.
You're right though. Just show that to like your everyday, gambler, and it would it'd be crazy.
Yeah. 7.5 is an interesting spread too. You got the touchdown and the hook.
And
with the hook.
For all the craziness and change, and like we were saying, we predicted wrong at the beginning of the season. Look now, Indiana has made it joyful. They've made it a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why
a team
I like
everyone can root for, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But you put a couple, they do this for, you become a successful dynasty type of winning team for 4 or 5 years, you quickly become a hated villain. That's like Chiefs. I always think the Chiefs, the first couple of years, Mahomes breaking out, it was like fun, right? But then everyone just hates them when you just keep winning.
That's probably what everybody's doing for them right now. They're probably looking for something like villain-like for them to be involved in. So it's sad, but that's the sexy media today.
Yep. All right, last one.
Let's do it.
Ole Miss versus Georgia, SEC matchup in the Sugar Bowl Saturday night. Or no, we're in weekdays, right? Yeah,
Thursday night, yeah.
Thursday night, New Year's Day night.
Yes.
This is a rematch from a matchup in October. Georgia won that game 43-35. Ole Miss, obviously, without Lane Kiffin, they looked fine. Without him in the first playoff game, that was against Tulane, though. The spread here is currently Georgia minus 6.5, over under 55.5.
Man, I'll tell you, they didn't leave any bullets in the chamber at all in that first matchup.
Yeah.
And that's still a low over-under, if you ask me.
Well, it's Georgia's defense. Georgia as a whole has just been humming.
Where are they at in this one?
Sugar Bowl is Louisiana.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
I know who I like in this.
Go ahead.
My dogs. I'm going with the dogs, man. I like what Smart got going on too.
They are rolling.
To me,
they are rolling.
His perspective is like Signetti's, similar.
He's just no bullshit.
And I think he's gotten more quiet and consistent and more simple in his terms that he's been using. He's focused. He's got a main direction and he's got these guys on, it seems like, especially with all the other drama and crap going on the last month. I like what he's been preaching, and I like what his team's been showing. What? You can't.
See, Josh, when me and Josh did our bracket prediction, he picked Ole Miss, and I called him crazy.
Got you. Now you thinking.
I'm starting to like Ole Miss.
You?
Something.
See, that's the great thing about this season.
Something crazy's got to happen. Something crazy's got to happen. Trinidad Chambliss is going to have to go off if they want to win. Yeah. I think he can go off.
See, that's the other thing. It's the way college football goes, too. We're talking about young adults. Yeah. So you don't know how they're going to come out when they have this time off. My
train of thought here. Georgia, like the first 3/4 of the season was not Georgia. It felt like every game we were just waiting for them to have that breakout performance and finally be what we expected them to be. The last 3 or 4 games, I think it was the Mississippi State game, was the first one where they really
That's where I like them. They've been gelling,
they're peaking at the
right time. Right.
Now, they also have had a month off. I don't know. Kirby's done this a million times. So.
I know. But when you roll that way and you realize we're peaking at the right time and we're at that right
Yeah.
time, Kirby's going to be talking to them about taking advantage of opportunity, and the opportunity is going to be here and gone. I think they're going to be ready for it.
I know. I definitely.
They sound really mature to me.
I love everything about it. It's just Georgia.
I wonder what
but something crazy has to happen. I like Ole Miss at least plus 6.5. I think they keep it close.
Nowadays with the gambling legal, I'm telling you, how many of these kids you think they got money flying? I think they're.
I don't know.
You just don't know nowadays, man.
Well, I don't. You don't know. You don't know how much of it. There's less of that because that was back in your day. It was all bookies. Now it's kids betting. The kids are doing the betting, but they're doing it on their.
But then they start controlling spreads. They start controlling scores.
We don't need to go into that.
I'm not going to.
I'll take Ole Miss plus 6.5. One point I did want to make though. That Georgia Ole Miss game, it was in October. It was 43-35. Ole Miss lost. I felt like Ole Miss played like as perfect of a game as they could then, and they still lost.
Okay.
So that's what kind of bugs me.
Yeah.
One question for you. Josh and I kind of talked about it a little bit. Lane Kiffin's definitely part of this game plan, right?
I don't know. How could he be?
His whole LSU staff that he said he's meeting with, while they're also basically all the guys he brought with LSU offensive staff wise were allowed to go back in Ole Miss. They're coaching. Oh. He's meeting with them multiple times. I don't know about multiple times a week. He's meeting with them.
I have a feeling
you can't tell me these guys are sitting down in a meeting and there's not a, hey, how's the game plan looking this week, or what do we got going this week? Plus,
yes, but I don't.
If they win the national championship, he gets $1 million.
Yes, conversation is there. But see, knowing this and thinking about that a little bit more, I think that gives Ole Miss more of a chance of losing.
I don't know how much he's doing on like game day, but maybe throwing a little.
Nothing surprises me anymore. And thank goodness all the other crap happened, because all the heat went off of Kiffin when the media went off of him with everybody else. But it ought to be interesting, man. I'm just wanting to see how they do again without him. So.
I mean, they came out pretty inspired.
I know,
but you don't know how long that juice can last.
I know, but now the things you're talking about now, I think that starts festering and that starts creating division amongst the players. You know what I mean? And they start thinking about like some of these kids don't even want to be in these bowl games. But I know this is CFP.
This is different.
But that's what I talk about. Some of this money starts flowing around, and these people start trying to control the outcome to manage an income.
All right. I do think
that's a perfect opportunity, if you ask me, to do something like that.
You make a good point, though, in terms of you don't know where a lot of the kids' heads are. A lot of the Ole Miss kids probably have a foot out the door. I
wonder how focused they can be.
I think if they go down early.
Like, I wonder that when the Buckeyes, like, they get to this hotel, right? What do you do, man? Just go in the room and stay away from all kind of everything. Because you don't want anything to get in your head.
They have their entire day planned out to the minute.
I know.
At those places.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right. That's enough of that.
This is going to be fun.
It's going to be a fun Wednesday and Thursday, full of college football. Anything else on that? I guess last college thing, Michigan obviously hires Kyle Whittingham.
Okay.
Great hire in my book. I love it. As everyone says, I'm not huge on this word. He is the perfect fit, as some would say. Just because he plays, a physical brand of football, defense, and he likes to win at the line of scrimmage, which is what Michigan has always been known for. But I love it. Michigan lucked out, getting rid of Sharon Moore without a buyout. And
I think they got.
I'm excited.
This guy's experienced. He's seasoned. And what is he? 66 years old. He was at Utah for 20 years as a head coach.
21 as the head coach.
32 or something total.
Total, yes. Used to work under Urban. Him and Urban are very close.
Yeah. So. He's pretty consistent. He seems, and like he's going to just bring a pure brand, without a bunch of garbage to it. So
the whole story is like he was consistently good, very good at Utah, right?
Yeah.
You get him at a program like Michigan where he now has the resources, the money, the brand name.
Gotcha.
He could be great. He could win a national championship there.
I'm thinking about that when I saw how well he did at Utah. I'm like, they don't have that depth there, This ought to be interesting. That ought to be fun. And it's probably the safest and cleanest transfer or coaching carousel, like you called it all year, thing going on right now. And right after the dirtiest thing that happened, too, in it, too. So Let's just clean it up here with
Save
him.
face a little bit. All right, last thing. We just celebrated Christmas in the holiday spirit. I figured we'd go through what has become kind of famous. You see it in social media all the time. These NFL quarterback buying Christmas gifts for their players, offensive linemen normally. So, no, did you get a couple?
No, nobody gave me a Christmas gift.
No, did you? I'm saying, like, did you write some down? I sent you the topics.
I wrote stuff down.
All right,
Whittingham. I'm gonna start calling
I'll
you
go
Whittingham.
I have
Frank
5.
Whittingham.
I have 5 gifts that quarterback got for their teammates, and you can just give a grade on them. Is that okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start.
What do you mean grade? Like a letter grade?
Sure, you're a teacher.
Or are we standards here?
You're
Number
a teacher.
grade.
You can go letter.
Let's do letter. A is good. F is failure.
All right.
All right. Standard.
First one, Jared Goff. Lions quarterback got his offensive lineman golf carts, a.k.a. golf carts.
Golf carts.
This is a pretty common. I think
I was going to say, this is the common one.
This is
I
common.
mean, not
That's why I
necessarily
started
golf
with that.
cart, but a transportable vehicle type of thing. Whatever
Yeah.
happened to the old days with just the gloves? They got him gloves.
What?
That's with, like, who was it? Was it Joe Montana, or I think maybe it was Dan Marino?
Like football gloves or
Yeah, he
warm
just got him.
gloves?
Oh, no, like glove. Isotoners. That's what it was. It was an isotoner commercial for isotoner winter gloves. That's the same type Dad has, actually, for my winter gloves. But, yeah, that was the big thing that they got their linemen back in the day, because it was for an isotoner glove commercial, and they said they wanted to keep their linemen's hands warm.
All right, what do you grade the golf carts?
Golf carts, and let me see here. Like, anything specific about these golf carts?
I didn't see anything. They
'Cause
might.
I
They're
thought
probably,
I heard some
they're
other
usually,
things
like,
about a different
customized.
type of transportable cart. So I'm going to just say
They're probably customized
C.
somehow. But yeah, that's a solid
It
grade.
was
just 'cause
somebody
I feel
else
like,
that customized them for each lineman.
Yeah, they always are.
Gotcha.
All right, next one. Your boy Joe Burrow.
What do you get? I forget.
Did you see what he got?
No, I can't remember.
He got his lineman authentic dinosaur, bear, and mammoth fossils.
A freaking plus. Oh, this is Joe. I love it.
His lineman
And
said
how
it is
unique-
on point for him.
Yes, on point for him. How unique is that? Never forget that.
Some of those guys, though, are probably
You're going to put that up, and you're going to show everybody. They're going to be like, "Wow."
You can't tell me some of those dudes in there are like, what the hell is
golf
this?
cart. I got one of those too. Mine's like this. That's what everybody said. Everybody's got a golf cart nowadays.
Yeah, but some of those guys are just
like everybody had gloves back in the
What
day.
the fuck is this?
Hey, that's Joe's way, man.
That is very on point.
He's like the nowadays Joe Namath. Joe was
Broadway.
scary like that back then. Yeah.
Broadway Joe.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
I love it. A+ for that one.
Aaron Rodgers got his O-lineman Can-Am Maverick side-by-side vehicles, these off-road vehicles. Did you see the video of them driving around?
Yes,
Those
that's
are
the
pretty
one.
sweet.
Yeah, they looked futuristic.
They're valued at $20,000, I saw. So
I was
spent
elated
some money.
by the pleasure on the linemen's faces when they saw them.
And those are pretty cool.
I think the relationship with Rodgers there has really just flourished, man. I'm going to give that a B+ just because I like Joe Burrow a little bit more, but I like that gift a lot too. And when I saw the way they looked like some type of attack vehicle.
Yeah,
You know, it
very
looked really
cool
bizarre.
looking.
Yeah, very cool looking. Yeah.
You talk about the relationship. I mean, he's got to have a great relationship with the way he rips on his guys in game.
Well, you know they're tight if he can do that.
If he can do that and they
yeah.
can still respect him and listen to him, which, I mean, you should, though. He's a Super Bowl veteran quarterback.
is.
But I don't think he would be doing that unless he thought he had their respect and a good relationship with them.
Yep.
All right, next one. Jordan Love, the Packers quarterback. He got his whole team a pair of Nike Dunk tennis shoes.
Okay. That's kind of a boring one nowadays. Everybody's wearing those, and
He's getting a ton of hate because they're like $100 tennis shoes, and he's on like a $220 million contract. So people,
but he did do the whole team.
I think a lot of quarterbacks do get something for the whole team.
I thought the other
I think
ones
a
were
big,
just on there for the
the
linemen,
ones I wrote down were just
and
linemen.
those are pretty big.
But I think most of them
Gift.
get something for the whole
But
team too.
I give that a C-. Yeah, I give that a C.
He's been catching some flack.
Because that's kind of a
Oh.
whoops. Who we got? Oh, the Crusader boys. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a C minus because to me that's like Chuck Taylor type of shoe of nowadays.
They're cool shoes.
They are cool.
It's not about the gift as much as the price. People are just ragging on.
That's the other thing I was going to go to next. It's not a real expensive shoe nowadays because it's kind of an old common shoe. Yeah,
with just signing a massive contract.
That's why I said it's like Chuck Taylor, just not an inexpensive, general type of,
All
C
right.
minus.
Last one, I guess you don't have to grade it as much. I just thought it was cool. Brock Purdy, the Niners quarterback, last year he gave all his O-linemen cars. This year he gave out some cars to like Niners fans in need instead, which I thought was pretty cool. On top of, I think he got his whole team, or I don't know if it was just the O-line, some cool watches, whatever the cool watch brand is nowadays. But shout out to him for giving to the needy.
Above the grade scale on this, I give him a PhD. Seriously, man. These
How
guys,
he played the other night,
doing
too.
Unselfish, caring things to the needy, and some of these guys are just phenomenal, man. They got some super-sized hearts and their minds in the right place. So, like, even above the grading scale, I give Purdy a PhD, man.
He's a good guy.
He's a doctor, if you ask me. That's awesome.
All right, one more thing I want to do before we get out of here. There's something new I want to try. Maybe end every show with it, one or two of these. Just some of my, late night thoughts. Something that pops in my head during the week, whether that be after having a few adult beverages or while I'm just trying to fall asleep at night. Something, Frank's late night thoughts.
Here we go. I like it.
And you can give your opinion on them. So I got two for today.
All right.
First one. So it's kind of a question. There's an obvious answer, though, but I just thought it was funny to think about. NFL teams, when you think of them or talk about them, you primarily go with their mascot name, correct?
Okay.
Right? Like Steelers, Bengals,
Gotcha.
Browns.
Yeah, gotcha.
College, think about if we did that with colleges to where it's always the school name.
Huh. Yeah, instead of the mascot?
Like, no, what if we called them by their mascot name, though?
Because there's a lot that are the
There's
same
some
mascot.
schools, though, like...
There's a lot more college teams, though, than there are
it's
NFL
obviously
teams.
why you don't, because there's so many
Yeah,
more. There's a lot of
good point.
duplicates.
I
But
never
I just
thought
thought
that.
it was interesting, because there's also some colleges, though, that if you say, like I feel like the Buckeyes is pretty common, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I just thought, what if we called every college team by just the mascot? Or flip it around and call every NFL team by the city name, which some people do, but
Yeah.
it was kind of a stupid one.
That's interesting. Great thought. Frank's late night thoughts.
Last one.
These are upper echelon thoughts.
This is one I've always had. This is something I'm pretty passionate about.
We got.
I remember I talked with Uncle Joe about it. I don't know if you were there or not. But in football, when there's a defensive pass interference and the receiver catches the ball and there's a pass interference on the defense, it should be treated like an and one in basketball to where you get the catch and then extra yards. Instead, it's just a catch, penalties decline, nothing else. You should be rewarded for making the catch in the midst of a penalty, right? And get some extra yardage.
Good point.
There's a lot of other penalties too.
Kind of an and one. I wonder if an and one's always been in basketball or if it was added in there.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting. Great thought.
Because there's other...
Especially from Joe. Joe's got good thoughts too.
He didn't really agree with that one. But
Yeah.
there's other penalties in football too, like I believe face mask, holding sometimes if there's defense. Like when a guy's running with the ball and gets face masked, it's like 5 or 10 yards from the end of the play or something. I saw a couple of those this weekend that were penalties, and it ended up being 5 or 10 yards plus where the play ended. So that just kind of reignited that thought in my mind.
Yeah, interesting. You might be changing the wave here.
I feel like that's an obvious thing. I don't know why it's
right
not.
to the NFL and ask them.
I'm sure it's been brought
Stir
up
up
before.
some
I'm sure it's
concerns.
been brought up before. But it just be like
Yeah,
an
but
and
not
one
with
in
Frank's
basketball.
late night thoughts, though.
Or at least I want to see a receiver make a catch and get pass interference, and then do like a celebration of the basketball, the and one signal.
Oh, yeah. Some
I'd like
type
to
of
see someone
representation of it.
do that. Yeah. All right. That's all I got.
This
Anything you got before we get
No,
out?
this segment's a lot like Letterman used to be. When I was in college, we used to stay up at late night with David Letterman. Frank's late night thoughts, like David Letterman. Classic. I like that. You got great ideas, Frank.
Any shout outs?
Shout out to the Valpo basketball team. They're in Northern Iowa tonight, facing the Panthers at the McLeod Center. Sweet venue.
Night.
Yeah, Monday night we're at right now recording. Shout out to the Lombardis for having us over for Christmas Eve dinner. Fantastic lasagna as always, Patty. Joe, love you, my brother. Anybody else going to see the coaches tomorrow night at Pastimes Lounge? All the guys from Fairbanks and St. Charles and Bradley that we used to coach together with. Coach Wiersbecky's supposed to be there. Can't get him to travel too far, so we got to go out there to the bar. But should be a bunch of guys out there. Coach Porter from Centerburg, Coach Gebhardt from Marysville, Coach Grant from Jerome, Richard Roush, my boy, pedal to the metal. Richard Roush should be there. Maybe he'll bring his son. They just went to the Buckeye hockey game the other night. He's always posting stuff with Tim, like when me and you used to go do stuff like that. Remember when we went to the Buckeye game and you bought that big leg of turkey or whatever? That big piece of meat and you were eating it off the bone?
Not at the fair.
No, I thought you bought that down at the Buckeye game and we were walking around eating that thing. Yeah.
Chicken leg.
You were the man down there, especially when they were chanting at you with your Michigan jersey.
All right.
No more shout-outs, though, but thanks for giving me that opportunity. That's something else you always do.
Good?
Good.
All right. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the week, the New Year's Eve, New Year's of college football. Thanks for listening. Peace.